DMs like this, they literally can either hurt you or really hurt you.
I can't believe you said that. That's wild. You must have some crazy evidence. Was it dangerous for him? Absolutely. Could it have made him? Absolutely.
Isn't that like what you want?
Holy, I can't believe this is true. But the next sentence, this is like, what the Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations.
And it fits. It fits with everything else. It was probed. There was a settlement. They were paid out. That's why nobody wants to leak it on either side. Twitch doesn't want to leak it because cinema. I have the logs with me and Doc on this thumb drive.
You better pray that logs don't leak. No one had said anything for years. But then it all started. Do you know where it started?
And Twitch whispers?
It started in Rust. That's where it started. It's out of my hands. Okay, listen. So, interesting that you bring that up. Knowing firsthand, I'd like to put this out there for both a disclaimer for myself and for Steven, is that we have no firsthand information of anything, and that this is all.
Wait, why why would you assume that? You don't know what I know. You don't know if I have.
Oh, you were there in the DMs with Doc? You're like, hey, no, type this. They'll really like that one.
I didn't say I was in Doc's DMs. I was in her DMs, and she told me she was also talking to Doc. That's why I stopped talking to her.
Oh, I gotcha.
And I found out she was 14.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know that. But anyways, at the end of the day, I think that it's important to note that this story was broken here first. Everyone was a coward to even say something, afraid that they think that the law was going to get brought down on them. But people don't understand the law. Like, really, you can shout from the rooftops, Bill Gates is a pedophile, and nothing's going to happen because Bill Gates is a public person, and I don't know if he is or isn't. And there's such a high standard for that, which really makes it strange to me that so many journalists wouldn't just run with what they had and be like, hey, this is what I've heard, allegedly.
I think the issue is, I think there's more ethics at play. When you're dealing with stories like this, if you f it up, then it's going to have less credibility in the future. And there's probably a great deal of interest around like keeping certain people's identities private, and you might have to burn sources or reveal stuff if you're breaking a story like this.
Sure.
So I imagine there's like a whole bunch of other ethical concerns beyond people just being afraid of being sued for defamation or whatever. We might guess.
I can imagine for sure the danger from the former or current Twitch employees not wanting to either lose their job or become unhireable in the future, knowing that they're leaking details of what they did. But let's start at the beginning, if you will. Here's, to me, an interesting part of this. Twitch reading your DMs. Now, I don't know how I necessarily feel about that. One, because I've never used Twitch DMs because it was a fucking garbage product from day one. But also leading into that, what the why would Doc use Twitch DMs to talk with anyone ever, minor or not? It was just such a garbage product. They had Discord back then. There's no excuse for this.
I hate to fucking...
Go ahead.
Actually, I don't want
What
to.
do they call this? They call sweeping. They call it sweeping.
No, keep going.
They call it sweeping. Anyways.
There is a world where it wasn't that bad or something, because we don't actually know what the DMs were. Although I will say, based on the way that the Doc is treading around this topic publicly, probably not good for him.
I have so much. We have so much to go for.
There is a world where he's like, where he makes like an inappropriate comment as like a oh fuck you, suck my dick or something, and it was just that, because that's what he makes it sound like in his tweets.
He does make it sound that way.
Although highly unlikely. Number one, and number two, even why would you, if you know it's a minor, why would you be talking to them in the first place through DMs like that? And then why would you be engaging in that type of like, you think you would be aware of like that type of humor? Like I wouldn't make that joke to like a 16 or 17 year old girl, like, oh well f you, suck my dick, lol. Like that would be fucking retarded. So
no, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say one thing I will say though is like initially I usually just don't give a f about shit like this that much, but man, his DMs or not his DMs, his tweets and his statements make him look so much guiltier. You are
Doc's PR team. Who are they? I want to know who they are so that no one ever hires them. They are. I need a board of the worst people ever to never hire. And these guys, Doc's PR team, they're going to be right next to the people that have been in charge of Skype for the last 10 years.
I feel like his tweets were the equivalent of like if if OJ Simpson had like a Twitter account like during the trial, and he tweets out like an exact breakdown of what he went out to eat at Applebee's, and then saying like, and then I went home, and after an hour or two I went to sleep, like in the time when he was like the way that he tweets and says so much and like nibbles around the edges of what he was actually accused of.
The edits too, removing
oh my god, the edits. Well, let me put minor in and out. Let me take minor and put it in and out of here.
My god,
Jesus.
Okay, so there's so many pieces of this that I'm excited to get into. The first one is there is a clan, if you will, not with a K, but with a C. Just a clan of people that are Doc friends, if you will. Friends of the family. People that he plays
your
games with.
TimTheTatmans and all that.
All those people, the COD people.
You might even call them a star system. And you might call these other people maybe Doc Orbiters, maybe.
Well, I don't know. It depends. I don't know who orbits who in that relationship.
I'm pretty sure all of them would be orbiting the Doc. I'm pretty sure the Doc is larger than all of those streamers, is my understanding.
So here's the issue. And I caution all of the orbiters of Doc out there right now. There's a lot of pressure on you to make a statement. There is. And as an orbiter, you're in a tough spot, okay? The thing is, you don't know what you're signing on for right now. It's rough. What would I say? What would I say if this was about you? I'd say, pretty fucked up shit, what I've heard so far. I'm withholding judgment until I know more, but this is not the guy that I know. And if this is true, this is a huge breach of my trust. Anything aside from that, you can't. Because if they're like, this is the liberal media coming out to get Doc, and then the DMs leak, and it's like, yeah, let me see your 14-year-old pussy. It's like, yeah, you're you supported this guy wholeheartedly. So to me, I think that these guys can't say anything at all. They can't come out and say anything. Or they risk a lot. They risk a tremendous amount. It's going to be their friend.
Wait, what happened?
With what?
Dan, you're retarded.
What?
People are saying clip. Did you just say something?
Oh, I mean, they want to clip it out of context, right?
Oh.
Where I'm saying like, oh, let me see the thing. Got it.
I got it.
Yeah.
I understand now.
Okay.
I would
You're
never understand,
slow.
because chat would never be that bad faith to imply they would clip you on something so ludicrous.
that would never happen ever.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, I think it's dangerous to even show a little just because of how bad Doc has handled this situation right now makes me think it's 100 times worse than what I thought it could have been before, right?
No, I agree. That's why I say when somebody is saying something, I guess I feel stupid to even say this, but I guess pro tip, if you're ever doing PR for anything ever in your life, especially if you're a large figure, if anybody is ever leading, if anybody makes an accusation of you and somebody's response, their defense leads with, just so you know, nothing that happened was illegal. Whoa! That's probably one of the worst opening defense lines ever. So I heard that you did XYZ. Well, just so you know, I'm not in jail, am I? Like, Jesus Christ.
It's literally this scene right here.
We gotta definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids.
There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about it.
Okay, basically this video needs to literally have Doc's face superimposed over Danny DeVito, and I think that would be pretty much perfect at that point. Okay, that's a danger right now for the orbiters of Doc to come out and wholeheartedly support him. The issue, I think, is going to be if the DMs do get leaked, which seems likely at this point.
Do you really, if nothing about this has leaked for this long, you really think somebody's holding on to the DMs?
I think everyone has been so scared of litigation from Doc and from Twitch, maybe, that no one said anything up until this point. And now that it's out there and news people are writing about it, there's safety in numbers. And I think some people are going to start releasing things anonymously.
Well, okay. This has been a thing that people have always talked about. Everybody in the streamer world always says this, like, oh, I don't want to get sued. Oh, I'm blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
Has anybody in the history of all of YouTube and streaming ever been sued for like a false accusation or an accusation or leaking something? I feel like this has never happened ever. I don't believe people when they say this. They're like, oh, I don't want to get sued. Or people are just retarded. Has anybody ever been sued ever? One time, ever?
I think the issue, I don't know. First off, I'm sure, yes, someone has been sued for something.
I don't think so. I don't think it's ever happened, ever. Not a single time in all of streamerdom has somebody been sued for making like Martin Shkreli threatened to sue people. That's the only reason I started talking about his show. I was like, oh, actually, I think Martin Shkreli did scam everybody because he was like messaging people saying he was going to sue them, and he didn't sue me. The people are talking about this doc shit. You leaked the thing. Now everybody's talking about it. Nobody's getting sued. Who the is even who's ever been sued for like any comment or anything ever made like this ever? Has it ever happened?
I'd like to, I guess, explain actual malice. My understanding, and it could be wrong. All right. So here's a difference of what you can say when you're a public person. So let's talk about Bill Gates, if we will.
Talk about him. Go.
So saying like Bill Gates is a serial killer is okay, because I don't know if he is or isn't. I do not have firsthand knowledge to know that. I'm saying something and I don't know that it's false. It's probably false. But no, stop. Hold on. You're wrong. Because I don't know that he's not a serial killer. Now, do you know what actual malice is? Actual malice was yesterday when I was hanging out with Steven. I saw him on his phone. And when he was on his phone, he was looking at how to kill people, at guides. That's actual malice, because I've said something now that is a lie, that I know to be a lie, that there is no fallback. That to me is the definition of actual malice.
I'm pretty sure that there are levels of recklessness that you can get in that
not
are
for public people.
I'm pretty sure
Bill
there
Gates
are levels.
Bill Gates is a pedophile. Bill Gates is a pedophile.
One is I don't know if it's even big enough for him to even care about this.
Okay,
but also,
who's smaller?
I think secondly, I think if you actual malice just means that you are it means that you're making statements like knowing that it's false with the intent to defame somebody or whatever. But I don't think you have to
know that it's false.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's like if it came to some kind of like civil litigation and some sort of discovery process open up, somebody could probably ascertain where it's like this guy's literally saying this with absolutely no foundation whatsoever. He didn't hear it from another party.
No, that's where you're wrong. That's what applies to private people.
Never mind. So you can actually defame an infinite number of people and say an infinite number of things. Okay, gotcha.
No,
okay.
For private people, it's very different. For public people, I can defame you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I can defame you as a public person.
Okay.
Unless I know that what I'm saying is false.
That standard is literally impossible to meet.
That's not true.
It's
a very hard standard. So, for instance, how can you prove it? A great example of that is when I was in the studio with Steven yesterday. Okay, he punched a hole in the wall, and he scared me. You can prove that. First off, that I know that didn't happen, that I wasn't there on that day, and that you didn't do that. That is the type of thing that you can prove. It's actual malice. I actually know that didn't happen, and I'm actually lying about it, as opposed to saying, I heard that Steven yesterday was f***ing dogs all day at his apartment.
How did they get Alex Jones then on the Sandy Hook thing? Well, maybe he actually believed that the Sandy Hook thing was fake.
I think that he had actual knowledge of...
He had first-hand knowledge. He was at the school witnessing the shooting.
They must have.
I'm trying to get out of this one here. Just go ahead. Don't worry about my microphone.
Don't be doing that.
I'm not doing anything right now. I had a cough.
I think that he
gets so triggered. What? Sorry. Go ahead.
He
doesn't like when I do this.
I'll stop. I'm sorry. I'll go. Okay. My understanding is that
Hey, wait. You see how triggered you just got here? Hold this L, Chief.
That doesn't count as an L holder.
I understand what you're saying in principle, okay?
I think that they got Alex Jones probably because any reasonable person would know that this is not true.
But
any reasonable person would not know that Bill Gates isn't a pedophile. He did hang out with Epstein. That's possible. That's a reasonable thing for me to assume that could be the case. He's on the flight logs. I could make that case. True or false?
With that, you could, yes. But you have a little thing there. I don't think you can just make whatever accusation you want whatsoever, as long as it's a public person, it's fine. There's probably like some level of reasonableness. Now, it could be as stupid as like, well, you thought you read it on an internet website, or you saw a blog or a tweet about it, and you're like, oh, well, fuck it, now I'm going to say this or whatever, and that might save you. But I'm pretty sure there is some level, like if I were to come out and I were to say like, I think that in 2014, Alex Jones was engaged in like demonic, satanic, like serial child and he absolutely seems the kind of guy that was, and like, yeah, yeah, I bet he did that. I know he did that. I know he did that.
I think you could
I don't
survive
think you can
that.
get away with statements that are like that fucking insane.
I think you could. I think you could survive with that.
Okay. We should have like defamation Tuesdays or something.
We need a lawyer.
We should try to say the craziest things possible until somebody serves us paperwork, and then we can go to civil court and test it out.
Well, you want to start right now with Doc? Let's see how wild we can get, I guess. Okay. So first of all,
no, hold on.
Okay.
I don't want to do this on my show right now. We can do this on your stream later.
This is our stream. Okay. We were talking about the orbiters of Doc. Very risky to say anything until DMs get leaked or sent out. Now, here's one thing you know for sure. You ready for this, Steve? Doc has a copy of those DMs. I know that much. That he definitely, in that legal case, and first off, I already know, I can already smell how this legal case went. Doc got banned from Twitch. Okay, why? Because first off, let me take a step back. Allegedly, let me just go ahead and
why are we doing the allegedly now? I thought we could say literally whatever the fuck we wanted to say.
I'm just being careful, trying to prepare and protect the nest egg. Anyways, allegedly, okay, Twitch can read DMs. Okay, and if Twitch can read DMs, that's interesting. That's something that Twitch may not have wanted to have be out in the public at that moment in time. So my thinking is that Twitch is reading your DMs and they see, maybe they don't like Doc or for whatever reason, or maybe there's a keyword that comes up, but they see in Doc's DMs, something's coming up and they don't like what they see when they're reading through it, and they escalate it to a superior, and superior says, this is omega up, whatever this is, allegedly. Doc is allegedly going to be meeting up with allegedly a minor or allegedly coming up here at TwitchCon. We got to do something. We got to ban this guy. We can't have this allegedly happen, this event. So as a result of that, they ban him. Now, Doc thinks he has a case because he's like, hey, listen, I didn't f*** anyone. Why the fuck are you banning me? You can't do that. I haven't done anything against your terms of service to actually be worthy of ban. Like you're banning me for what? Thought crimes?
Oh my fucking god! I'm sorry. Kick on.
No, I'll wait until you're done.
You're slouching so much, so now I have to do this. No! Don't do now.
I'm gonna go back from slouching to not slouching. I slouch and then not slouch.
Go ahead. That's good.
I
slouch all you want. Go. There you go. Now you're in frame. Okay? Are you happy? Go ahead.
I slouch and not slouch. Okay.
Slouch.
Okay.
Okay, so they were looking. Yeah, go ahead.
You made me lose my train of thought. So anyways, okay.
Doc messages Twitch. They're like, what's going on? Yep.
Yeah, no, okay. So basically, Twitch bans Doc. I think that's what they're doing. They're like, okay, we can't.
Wait, you really think this happened with no communication? They absolutely communicated ahead of time they were going to ban him. There was absolutely a back and forth here.
Here's
never mind. You give your whole take.
Here's the interesting part. Now, you have to also take Doc on this. Doc says, remember, multiple times, I have no idea why I got banned. Twitch has said nothing to me. Do you remember that coming up?
That was his public statement, yes.
Doc says, I have no idea. This is, I'm starting to think he's not a real doctor either. Okay, that one didn't land as good as I thought.
He might not be a real doctor, but there is a reason why they call me motherfucker.
Okay.
Let me put it that way. Okay. We're not gonna.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's watch a video. You brought up the video thing. I'm looking to try.
The problem is it's all f***ed up with recent shit.
Well, on Google, let me help you. There's a thing that you can do. Yeah. Before. You add before, and then you put a colon.
2023.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Welcome to Browsing with Dan. No. Go ahead.
Shh, I'll fucking murder you. Okay, listen. Doc did say, I have no idea why I got banned. That was his statement. The question is, was he lying? I think...
He said he was. He's probably not a doctor, right? Maybe a pediatrician?
Definitely not a doctor. He was... To me, he knew why he got banned pretty quickly. I would assume. Allegedly. Absolutely. And... what else? So... The situation that we have now is a sticky one. Twitch has banned Doc because they have him dead to rights. He's allegedly messaging a minor via the Twitch DMs product and trying to meet up or something along those lines. And they're like, okay, we got to get this guy off. So they do it. And it's a bad look for Twitch to be like, hey, our superstar that we've been promoting, like Pokemon levels, was trying to meet up with a minor, so we're just going to say nothing. Doc is like trying to think, okay, how do I spin the fact that I got fucking permanently banned? I'm just going to say I have no idea. That's weird. Haha. And go from there. But at the end of the day, it was a perfect storm of Twitch not wanting it to leak and Doc not wanting it to leak.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. This is like, it doesn't serve either party.
That's why it didn't get out, is because it looks bad for Twitch. Why? One, it looks bad for Twitch because they're reading your DMs. That's not something that any company wants to kind of go out there and say.
Isn't that? I think that's pretty standard. Like, I think even Gmail
to say it.
Sure, but like I think even Google like has literally access to your actual emails, don't they?
They have access, but I don't think you assume that there's some dude who's reading your emails.
You might not assume it, but sure.
You assume that there's someone that's not someone, that there's like a program that's scanning your emails, looking for CCM content or illegal content and things along those lines and doing it. I think that's fair to assume. What's not fair to assume is that some dipshit Googler who hangs out in CompSci is reading my emails, trying to determine something bad or good.
People were saying that the girl actually ended up reporting it though to Twitch. So like the DMs happened in 2017, it got reported, and then for whatever reason Twitch took action in 2020.
I don't know. That's what people say in your chat, and I have no bearing to that.
Well, you don't think that was released in the articles? You think people in my chat are just randomly saying that and not referring to stuff that's already been published on mainstream media websites?
I didn't hear that in Outpost, so I don't know how much I can trust that. I've heard other things. Outpost is in Rust. So I didn't hear that in Rust. I did hear some other stuff in Rust. I heard that there was some threats that went on not to release certain things to the person, but I don't know if that was true or not, and that was a mitigating factor. Regardless, here's what I know for sure. If there was a lawsuit, okay, the DMs would have been a part of that. So I know the doc has...
There's probably, to be clear, real quick, there's probably no lawsuit at all. I don't think any legal shit has ever been litigated in court.
I thought there was... First off, when you say lawsuit, there was legal... Okay, lawsuit, I don't know. But I do know that there was certainly legal letters sent between Doc and Twitch, and there was a settlement as a result. And a settlement typically actually does happen between a court.
My guess is going to be is that there absolutely wasn't a lawsuit. That'd be my guess.
Wait, no.
Although people
if he says there was a settlement... That necessarily involves the courts, does it not?
My guess is going to be that when he says settlement, what he means was he was probably contracted by Twitch for some period where he was guaranteed some amount of like base cash plus incentive or whatever. And
Sure.
because they wanted to ban him, which also means probably terminating his contract. Well, Doc is probably thinking like, well, hold the fuck on. You're going to terminate my, like, bullshit. Like, we need to figure out a way to either make me right or to do essentially to settle this out.
It was very much a cat and mouse game, I think, between Twitch and Doc at that point, where it's like,
yeah, it's like, well, who are they guessing? Well, okay, well, do you want to make this public or not? So my guess is when he says there was a settlement, he just means that like they paid me out for like the rest of my contract, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. How much would you bet that Doc has a copy of the DMs as a result of all this?
I don't know how that matters for anything.
Well, I'm just saying, hold on. Just answer the question. Do you think Doc has a copy of the DMs as a result of his back and forth legal shenanigans with Twitch?
If I had to guess, my guess would be yes, because my guess is the way that this would play out. My guess would be is that somebody really high up at Twitch, this either would have been handled insanely formally or insanely informally. I don't know which.
Sure.
Because it would have either been like Doc literally gets an email from legal@twitch.tv, like I got for my Rittenhouse stuff, saying, hey, just letting you know, we're going to be terminating your contract. It's been fun.
See you when I see you.
Yeah. Or because Doc obviously has like relationships and everything with Twitch, it might have been that like the people at Twitch or the one or two like main points of contact at Twitch that negotiated with his either team or him reached out and said like, hey, listen, we've had this thing come up that we saw. We need to figure out like a way out of this because we obviously aren't comfortable going forward with you. And we know that we promised you whatever contract and we need to figure out a way to make this okay for both of us so that we can like both walk away from this. That would be my guess for how those communications started. So in the process of that, because you probably have 7 or 8-figure contracts involved, maybe, especially when this was happening. This is when Twitch was signing 7-figure contracts with tons of streamers, like Socialists, like Hassan. You have these huge contracts going out. My guess is going to be is that Guy, that's what I call him because we're best friends. Dr.
You're
Disrespect,
best friends with? No, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a lot of similar hobbies. My guess is going to be that Dr. Disrespect probably contacted his legal team. They probably wanted to know how bad things were, like what the liability or exposure was. So in the process of going back and forth with Twitch, they might have requested like, oh, well, what DMs exactly are you talking about? And maybe Twitch shipped those over. So if he has them, my guess is it would be through a process like this. That'd be my guess.
I would, if I had to guess, I would say it's 95% odds that he has a copy of the DMs. So I would say to the doc, release the DMs, unless they're a lot worse than you're making them out to be, because they sound pretty fucking bad. I'm pretty sure you have a copy of them. If I had to guess, you probably don't want them released. You can. You know what? Here's the deal. It can either help you or hurt you. And they haven't been released. So that makes everyone think that they don't help you very much.
My guess is going to be when it comes to DMs like this, they literally can either hurt you or really hurt you. I don't think there's any DMs. Because let's say it was just him being minorly flirty, it still hurts him more than not to not release him. Absolutely.
I don't agree with that. I think it can be like it could be not to that level. It could literally be, as you said, like, hey, and suck my dick, stop messaging me, or I don't know.
Here's what I think we can probably assess. It probably was here is what I people in chat are saying this.
Do you think it was a meetup?
This is what I think. Okay, I think that he didn't. I don't think he took Twitch to court and made a huge public stink about fighting to be back on Twitch or fighting for his contract. I don't think he made a huge stink about that. If he genuinely felt like he was super in the right, I feel like he would have publicized that way more, rather than just like, yeah, I got banned and I don't know what it was for. I don't think we did anything wrong, but we're just going to stream on YouTube now. That makes me think that he knows whatever it was bad enough that if it was a huge public ordeal, he would end up looking really bad. That's my guess.
I mean, I think it has to be as bad as we're assuming, based on the fact that he's saying, all right, gamers, time to ride off into the sunset. Like, did you see that shit where he said that? Like, he got fired from his own game studio. He's doing streams where he's basically saying, hey, I think that's it. It's time to hang up the spurs and call it a day. I think
it's too much money for it. Like, look at how much I've bitched and cried about being banned off Twitch. Like, I'm irritated about it. He must have been signed like just lump sums of cash, like high 7 figures. Not like when guys are like, oh, I make 6 figures, and when they say that, what they always mean is 104,000 a year. I mean 7-figure contracts, like probably like 5 million plus, if not like 8-figure contracts. Remember, Twitch is signing huge contracts now. He's exploding. Battle royales are like the most popular game type. There are major companies that are trying to work with him and shit. He's got a whole right. He walked away from that and made less noise than I did, than Mitch Jones did getting banned off Twitch.
True.
Not only did he walk away without making that much noise about it, truly he didn't. Nobody else signed him afterwards either on some huge exclusive thing. So
I wonder if you think YouTube got him for free?
Did they get him for free? Yeah, I don't think they paid a deal. I don't even know if YouTube did deals with anybody, or they might have done a few at one point in time. But I think YouTube probably got it for free. Yeah,
there was some sites back then that were doing stuff. Remember, like Caffeine and things like. And someone was like, "Oh, hey, did you hear this person got $30,000 to stream a month?" And I was like, "Who?" Literally, there was Caffeine and a few other ones. But yeah, that whole thing died down. Right now, it's really pretty much just.
Oh, people are saying right now that he used to mauled at YouTube for signing so many other people but not giving him anything. I think Ludwig and Lily got deals, but there was a very small period of time, I think, where YouTube was actually doing it. I remember when Mixer existed. Was that Microsoft?
Oh, Mixer, yeah, Microsoft.
Good old Mixer. Wait. Do you remember what the original meme competitor was? The first big competitor to Justin TV? Second one, after Owned.
Give me a second. Let me think.
They had the big meme was they use, I think it was like UTP instead of like HTTP or whatever, or instead of like that was the huge meme.
I know what you're talking about. I forget what's the name of it. What?
Or instead of TCP, it was Hitbox. Remember that?
Oh right, Hitbox. But that site never went anywhere. That was like DOA.
I think they were signing Koreans. That was back when StarCraft, I think, was still the big game before League took over. I think they were signing like a few Koreans or whatever, but yeah, it never took off.
That was DOA. So okay, on the doc stuff, we got clips and shit. We should start going through it. Wow. Okay, so first off, let's just start at the beginning, if we will. Okay. This is where it all started. Actually, that's not true. It all started on this show 2 months prior.
Yeah.
This guy is a fucking dick writer. He just was a little bit more aggressive. We said it here. We just casually mentioned that we heard it in Rust. And I said we, but it was really me.
Also, we should 150% of this. Make this. You have so much negative space here. Yeah. That's
why don't
excessive.
Why don't you read what this guy said and read it as if you're saying it. So imagine, I want you to just be like, say it like you're saying it. Hey, Steve, why did Doc get banned?
Well, he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read it in plain text. Case closed, gang.
God damn, I can't believe you said that. That's wild. You must have some crazy evidence. What are your former position? Oh, you're the former head of partnerships for Twitch? That sounds like you might.
I feel like I know this guy's name. Did it? This guy
probably because this is the guy that banned you. All right, maybe. Slasher.
Wait, but also, can we just say real quick?
What?
This guy was like promising to leak this before to sell tickets for his band.
Yeah, this guy. But that is the type of shit I would do too if I knew.
You would?
Oh, fucking hell! First off, I would tell everyone I knew. First off, I think everyone I play Rust with knew this years ago.
Good one. Thanks. Okay.
Unironically, but. If I knew this, I would be telling everyone and be like, hey, you want to give me 50% off that latte? I'll tell you why the doc got banned. And be like, yeah, all right, f it. Like, he's a scumbag, though, probably, for doing it like this.
You're playing with fire when you do this stuff.
What do you mean?
Like, imagine you're going around secretly telling people this, and then it comes out that, like, the doc ends up, like, raping, like, a 14-year-old, and everybody's like, wait a second, this guy was talking about it behind the scenes forever. And you're like, oh, shit, maybe I should have. Maybe I should have said. That's what I'm going to say. You're playing with fire.
Me and you, we don't know anything except what's been told to us, either in Rust or otherwise, right? That's all we know. But this motherfucker, he knows directly. So hey, good job, bro, Evoli, who knew that this happened, but I guess protected a supposed
Ibebophile.
A pedophile?
They call them bibos. We call them bibos.
Anyway, Slasher responds to this. Said, I didn't lie. This is the very beginning, so everyone's being very like couscous. Is what we like.
I had that in Israel.
Yeah,
it was okay.
They're just being very. They're not saying Dr. Disrespect or replying to tweets. They're just putting it out there so it can be interpreted any way you want. I didn't lie about what? What didn't you lie about, Rod? Okay. In reference to a 3-year-old tweet, I want to get to the one. Look. Oh, sorry. To this. This is what he's saying he didn't lie about. Look, for several hours now, I've been told from credible sources the reason that Doc has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I've refrained from going on it. I don't feel comfortable with it currently. So this was basically, people are like, this is what happened, but I am not putting my fucking name on this.
True. And can I say personally, I feel bad for Rod because
you got
slashered.
Slasher for us who aren't personal friends.
For Rod, you know, when I chatted with him a few times, the story f***ed him over pretty hard because he got really fucked in the industry and had a lot of trouble like doing shit afterwards because of the tweets and everything. Yeah,
I think he should have ran with it anyways. I think that he was probably concerned like, hey, I might get sued, but he probably doesn't have that much to lose anyways. And
I had no, even when he told me, I don't know why the f*** would you not publish this? Yeah. I wanted to publish it after he told me. I was like,
here's the thing. If I think about it, was it dangerous for him? Absolutely. Could it have made him? Absolutely.
Isn't that like what you want?
Yeah, that you want to publish that WikiLeaks story about that, and it's like, holy shit, this guy is publishing this with no fucking sources. Holy, I can't believe this is fucking true. It puts you on the. It makes you your Glenn.
Yeah,
Greenwald.
You're like a dude. This is a huge pivot. Did you ever follow my Omaha canvassing stuff?
Yeah.
When the news things blew up, and this is my mind, I guess, being an internet sociopath, when all the articles started to get written about me that were indicting basically Mark for working with me, and I started to hear this, my first thought was, this is fucking awesome. You finally are getting you're getting a ton of coverage like on shows. Yeah. When people are like asking for comment, you should be going on these shows, like disavowing my past and then talking about your stuff, right? Like, oh, like I don't work, blah, blah, blah. I do this. I was like, oh, this is an amazing opportunity. Yeah. And then I saw him crumble. I was like, oh shit, these are like real humans that can't deal with this. But I would think, like you're saying the same for Rod. It's like, bro, like go public with that. Like, even if you're somewhat infamous, you're a journalist. You're supposed to be somewhat infamous. Like that, you're a journalist.
And the protection for journalists are astronomical. Like, even if you just heard it from a Twitch employee, they can't force you to reveal your sources. It's a literal law. I think it was, for Rod's sake, probably looking back, it was probably the biggest mistake of his career, because now, instead of being
the guy that broke it, he's like the
he's
meme
like
about
the fucking pussy that didn't, and now he had to take years off and all this other type of stuff, and it's a rough situation. I feel bad for him because he had it, and he was
You know what?
the esports journalist at the time.
Yeah, keep going. I wonder if he would call in.
Is he available right now? I'd love to talk with him.
Well, he talked to me yesterday about calling in, but I didn't have time, and he said maybe he could today.
We should have him add the Discord account that we have here.
Let us see.
Let us see. Why not? Here on
Don't mind me.
anything else. Let me pour myself a little bit more of a drink here in the meantime. Oh, whoopsie. On the ground reporting, live. You know, just to be clear, we're firmly in the camp of him. We're his fans. We think that he did himself nasty. There is some way out of it, though, for him.
Oh, he said tomorrow. Fuck.
Tomorrow? But the show is live right now. In front of 10,000 people. You got to tell him that. Be like, hey, we're live right now.
Do we even have... I feel like we have like 3,000 viewers.
We have 10,000.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm like a big streamer.
I'm a big streamer, okay?
Do you want to chat about...
No pressure.
I don't even know if he's watching right now.
No pressure.
Okay, fuck it. Never mind. I love you, Rod, if you're listening. If you're not, I don't. Then he just saw me type and delete like 3 messages, so he probably thinks it's some really weird shit.
Okay, yeah. So Rod, he himself, because this was his Glenn Greenwald moment. But it's scary. It's when you're there and all the eyes are on you, and it's like, holy shit, and you're only thinking of the negatives. Sometimes that's really the make or break moment.
It's also negative too, because like, imagine if you end up like leaking it, or you publish it in the wrong way, or you are wrong on something. Now you've put so many targets in your back, and you have like, it's easy looking retrospectively, like, oh, well, now that we know everything that's being leaked and it's true, like, oh, we should run this. But yeah, when you're in the hot scene, it's like nobody else is talking about this. You're about to get more attention on you than you have for any story in your entire life.
There is probably a fear. What about if these guys are lying to me?
Sure. Well, probably not, but.
I don't think so either. He's like, I know this person works for Twitch. I know this person just told me this. I think he knew damn well what the case was, but no one would go on the record. And he was like,
yeah.
Right? Because that's the only explanation. He knows, hey, I'm absolutely talking to the head of partnerships at Twitch right now.
There's a chance that for the stuff that he was looking at, he wasn't even talking to those people. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Or maybe he was talking directly to people involved. That's possible as well. So he may have had the most absolute knowledge, but simply the fact that nobody would go on the record stopped them from doing it. So yeah, it's a big...
that too, because if you do want to report on it and nobody does want to go on the record, you're super hung out to dry, yeah.
You are...
That's why he needs to do the Destiny strategy. We just start secretly recording people. Boom.
Yeah.
Easy. Now everybody's on the record. When you're talking to me, guys, you're always on the record.
True.
All of you are at all points in time, okay?
I think he should have done it. I think he had journalistic protections at that point in time.
True, but keep in mind, like, it's not really that relevant. That
would have made him.
Well, maybe, yeah, but for a lot of this stuff, people always think about it in terms of, like, the legal shit, but it's not actually, like, what are you legally going to be in trouble for, or, you know, are you going to get sued or whatever? It could just be, like, reputational. Like, you might have been legally safe.
If he was wrong?
Yeah.
But he knew he wasn't wrong, though.
Well, I mean, you never know 100%, right?
Yeah, but you
actually, and it doesn't even matter if you know you're right or wrong. It's what you can prove. So even if he knows he's right, but he can't get enough of the story out there and people don't believe him, you're still even if legally you're not, reputationally you're super
Okay. Well, all right. So XQC, X, who's in Miami, by the way, and hasn't come on this show. Too busy hanging out with Aiden Ross. I get it. That's fine. He had something to say about this. What do you think he had to say?
Something okay, I'm not, guys.
Go to the very beginning. We missed 2 seconds.
Okay, no,
sorry.
A bunch of shit. Okay, and I'm not saying shit.
Chat.
Some documents, something okay, I'm not, guys. I know a bunch of information. Okay, I know a bunch of shit. Okay, and I'm not saying shit, but just one thing. Some documents, something tangible, was like communicated like today to a bunch of people. To some people, and it'll probably come out super soon, and it'll probably make things clear.
XQC has this amazing ability of saying so much, and I don't know what he said. It's part of the French Canadian stuff, but also, if I was him, what are you typing to right there? That DGG type?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, wow, X. A document will come out soon. That's good to know. Thank you. Oh man, there's so much more stuff to go. This is the doc episode. Okay. All right.
How much stuff can there even...
There's so much...
What is the hot take we can give? Okay.
No, we got to keep going. djWHEAT chimes in.
Respect. For texting a minor?
He went like this, too. He did this. Can you see this? It's like the Hitler thing, but not because you have a fist. It's power instead.
He didn't even do that.
He did. Who's you responding to here?
Scroll up. That's pretty important.
I can't scroll.
Oh, because you're not signed in on Twitter on this f***ing computer.
Oh, we have to get a Twitter account. I'm sure he was responding to someone. Another ex-employee. Who's this guy? So glad it's finally out there. Wow, Zach Diaz. If you knew that this guy
Why say anything? It's so cringe.
Hey, you know what? Hey,
oh my God.
Zach, if you knew there was a predator out there and you didn't do anything, wow, so based of you. Advisor. Oh, OTK network. Oh, all right.
Whoa.
Whoa. I don't even remember why I was saying that.
We were trying to get on OTK.
Oh, right.
We were going to join their network. Now you f***ed us.
Sorry. I am interested in joining. What does it stand for?
You don't even know?
One True King. I was testing you to see if you knew. Idiot.
You failed. It's not One True King.
Really? What is it?
Your mom.
Okay. Dan's clip from Anything Else goes viral.
Decade-long career. Surely I would.
You were so fucking wasted on this episode. It was great. I told Richard Lewis, okay, I don't know if we're going to make this happen. I said, listen, how'd you feel about coming back once a month? And he said, Dan, I don't think you're going to make money doing that. And I said, fuck the ROI. How about just coming back once a month? And he said, I'll think about it. I'm kind of lying and paraphrasing a little bit here, but I did.
I'm sure he's thinking about it.
But I did say it would be, we would pay for his stuff and he would get paid in exposure. That's getting paid twice. That's a good deal. He was a funny guy. I'd like to have him here once a month.
He is a funny guy.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Please tell us.
I lost the teeth in the hat. You
That's
notice?
okay.
I think it's better without it.
Absolutely.
I agree. We got 10,000 likes on this. No big deal. That's a lot of people that saw you, boy.
2.1 million views.
That's like John Zerka used to say, getting 100,000 views overnight.
True.
Remember?
Yeah.
Overnight. Okay.
How's he doing, by the way? Speaking of minors.
One subject at a time. Okay. Doc responds and says, oh my God, we're getting into it.
Uh-oh.
Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement. First off, let's pause. Pause. We put up our paw. Okay, pause. There's probably a non-disclosure agreement. But what would that non-disclosure be? From Twitch's side, you think? An NDA on Twitch's side is going to be like, you can't talk about the fact that we read DMs.
I mean, the NDA is going to be mutual, whatever it is. Whatever they're like, there's going to be like some back and forth. It's not going to be like, oh, you can't talk about anything, but we can talk about whatever the fuck we want, right?
No, it is going to be a mutual NDA, but there's going to be certain subjects that both people are going to mention that they don't want to talk. Doc's going to be like, hey, listen, you better not say shit about why I got banned. And in turn, I'll say that you guys weren't reading fucking people's DMs. That's basically what you're looking for.
There's no way in an NDA they have it baked in to lie about something.
That's not lying. That's do not discuss this matter. In exchange for Twitch not coming out there and being like, hey, Doc's a fucking, what's the word for it?
I think they call them e-bibs. For short, e-bibs.
Okay. Doc's not an e-bib. In exchange for that, Doc won't come out and say, Twitch is reading all of your shit. Not very poggers. Okay. And that was it. Okay. Now, Doc saying I didn't do anything wrong may be true. Wrong is probably being used here in a legal sense versus a moral sense.
Obviously, yeah.
There's a lot of heavy lifting there. I would say release the DMs, and we can be the judge of if you did something wrong or not. You have a copy of them, Doc. We know you do. So anyways, so here he is just saying nothing illegal happened. That doesn't matter. Like, on To Catch a Predator, you don't go to jail until you show up at the house, you know? But you were still asking that 13-year-old about their butthole. So,
Jesus fucking Christ, Dan.
I mean, that's true. But that part may not be illegal. It's the showing up part that gets you in jail. This is the beginning of the end for Mr. Beam.
Ooh.
So apparently this is a gaming studio or something that
Was founded by DrDisrespect?
was founded by this guy.
Just any gaming, yeah.
That only exists because of this motherfucker. Otherwise, it would be nothing. On Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam, also known as Dr. Disrespect. They separated the doctor and the disrespect here. It's interesting.
Stylized incorrectly?
I'm going to write that down in the notebooks. There's something to be learned about that. Anyways, we assumed his innocence and began speaking with the parties involved. And in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act. Okay, fine. But the next sentence, this is like, what the fuck? For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with him immediately. So you went out, you talked with the parties involved, and you determined we're cutting ties with this motherfucker immediately. That doesn't sound very good. That's not like a, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. That's like a, I don't want to share DMs with you. I promise it was all poggers. Okay.
I also don't know why like people don't just say like this is why we don't want to say anything. Like everybody is like so cagey about it. Like if you want to say like, oh, but we don't want to compromise the information of any of the victims or anything like that, or we don't want to like reveal, you know, stuff that was said to us in detail, like say that. The fact that I'm just annoyed because I know that like it seems like at this point there might be an inevitability that everything leaks.
Yeah.
But then like all these fucking losers are gonna be like, oh yeah, like I'm so glad this is finally out there. And it's like you could have put this out there. Why didn't you? Like there's no reason not to.
That is true. Here's the other part that I think is gonna be interesting. Okay, you're saying this. Hey, we're terminating our relationship. Okay, does he still have equity in your company? Is he still like a 50% owner? So this basically means nothing then.
Well, my guess is going to be that
the answer
all
to that
of
is yes.
No shot. They absolutely got
I'd
like bottom out.
I'd like to see a statement from these guys coming out saying, hey, Dr. Disrespect currently has no equity or ownership in our company moving forward. He has relinquished all. Because until that, I'll tell you what this is. This is the exact same type of thing any other person would do if it was their company. It's like,
yeah,
hey,
but they literally said terminating our relationship. I think that implies financial as well, not just like him not being the...
I guarantee... I'll put money on this. Right now, today, Dr. Disrespect still has equity in that company.
I think it was significantly changed.
I think there was no change in equity. I think he... as a person, probably isn't like involved with them anymore. But you can't just like, if I'm an equity holder, think about it like being a stockholder. You can't just take your equity away. Now, there are things you can do, okay?
I'm sure that you can like, I'm sure that you...
No, you're wrong.
Okay, to be clear, you're 1,000,000% wrong. Because you didn't even know what the fuck I was going to say, you retarded fucking moron, okay?
I am
what
not.
I'm saying is I'm sure you can have a conversation saying like, hey, listen, it would be easier for everybody if we could buy you out, in which case, like, let's just do that and then go our separate ways, rather than like, oh, well, obviously we're going to terminate a relationship with you. Oh, you want to fight over the stock? Then fine, then we're going to go public and it's going to get super fucking messy. The same way that when you like divorce or when something else happens between two people, you don't have like the rights to force your significant other to leave without doing some crazy court process, but you can ask them like, hey, like, listen, this is can I like buy out your half of the house? And then we're like, cool, and we go our separate ways. That's entirely possible.
You think that all of that happened in the course of one day? That legal paperwork to buy someone out of their equity and terminate it? There's no shot.
I don't think you don't have to have the whole process done. You could just start the conversation like, hey, listen, obviously like this shit is like and we've seen like blah blah blah, like can we just like do about it? And if Doc is like, yeah, we can do that, like let's do that, then you'd make the announcement now and then
I think there's no way. I think here's what I had to guess would happen. First off, this studio started probably with Doc having an equity percentage, and the idea being like, hey, listen, I'll promote the games you do, you guys do all the work, I'll help you raise money, and in exchange for that, I get a percentage of the company and I don't have to do fuck all. And I think what's happening now is that this company is like, okay, this guy is fucking toxic, we have to say we're cutting our relationship with him immediately, which just means that we're going to be like, we're not associated with him at all, we're removing him from our webpage, and we're going to say we don't like this guy anymore. But taking equity away from someone, first off, typically it doesn't work like that with stocks. So let me use an example of Redact, okay? On Redact, let's say there's an underperforming employee and they have a lot of stock in the company. I can't take the stock away from that person, but what I can do is I can issue more stock to people that are performing, right? So if there's 10 people that are kicking ass and one person that's doing nothing, I can go and I can give bonuses to those 10 people, and to the one person that's doing nothing, not give them stock. That's legal to do. That's actually kind of similar. I believe that's the exact situation that happened to what's his face at Facebook.
I understand what you're saying, and in ordinary employment situations, like this is probably possible. But I think when you're working with exceptional individuals or exceptional talent, I think that all of these rules like fall a little bit by the wayside, because like the most important thing is that you're keeping all the parties in a certain arrangement happy and like engaging in good faith. Unless you're super trying to like ask somebody, and even if you're trying to do that like with talent, it's just usually not the way to go. Like, I agree that maybe by the letter of the law you could theoretically like have these issues with doing a contract bad and all that, but the reality is at this level the reputation and the relationships are so much more important than everything else, that nobody's gonna say like, oh, okay, well actually on the letter of XYZ blah 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 you're not allowed to do this, because at that point it'd be like, okay, well yeah, like, so I'll just go down in flames publicly, I think.
All this is fair. Until I see some solid proof that Doc is divested, I'm going to assume that he's like a 50% owner of this gaming studio. He may not be involved anymore, but he's still a owner. I'd put money on it. I'd put $10,000 on it right now today.
Okay, well, I would bet against you. However, I will say that it would be insanely retarded if that was the case.
It is the case.
But people are also insanely retarded, so it's entirely possible.
It is. I'd put money on it. But that says, anyways, let's continue.
It just depends on how smart, because like I think we would both agree on this. If they did do that and that was the case, and somebody else in that company leaked, oh, by the way, 51% of this company is still owned by Dr. Disrespect. They couldn't kick him even if they wanted to, and Dr. Disrespect signed off on that statement. That company would go down in flames.
I don't think there's still going to be a CEO in charge of the company, which isn't Doc. Doc, I don't think is going to have a majority of the company. He's going to have a minority. He's an influencer. That's like the type of deal that like Kick might give like early people.
Sure,
like,
but regardless of the equity, even if it's like 10, 20, whatever percent,
yeah.
Like if whatever they have, if that was the arrangement, if that's what they did
I don't know if they can take it away. That's the problem. Think about it. You can't just do that unilaterally. I mean, like first off,
but nothing is forcing them to release a statement saying they've cut ties if they haven't.
I'm trying to imagine this. Imagine that I've started a new website. We'll call it smallchat.com. And I'm trying to get you to move over from Kick and YouTube. And I'm like, hey, listen, we're a new startup. If you come over, not only will I pay you this amount of money, I'm going to give you 5% of our company. And you're like, F it, let's do it. Absolutely. And you do it. And then a year later, I find out that you're an active advocate for incest. I can't take your shares away from you. I can say we're cutting ties completely with this person, but you still have that equity in the company, because I can't do anything about that. I can't pull it. I can be like, hey, Steve, you want to give your shares back? And you're probably going to tell me to go f myself. No, I don't want to. And all I can do at that point is say, we're cutting ties. I think he still has ownership.
I understand by the letter of like a contract that might be true, but what I'm saying is like, let's say that I found a company with somebody else or a bunch of people. I've got like 20% equity, and then let's say that comes out that I actually am a prolific N-word user. Okay, all of my logs from Battle.net leak, I've used the N-word.
Your reputation would be
more
ruined.
more than every other person on the internet. And then the company is looking at me and they're like, okay, well, this is fucked. In that case, I'm probably gonna say like, yeah, this is. Like, let's like do a buyout or some bullshit. I'm probably not going to sit there and fight for my 20%, because I know that if it goes public, whatever penalty would be in said fucking contract ever, like the public disaster fallout is going to be so much worse.
I don't disagree that there's probably a buyout thing happen, but it also depends how much money they have. They might not, imagine they don't have that much money. That's the case. They're really like, hey, just give up your equity for nothing.
Yeah, it's possible too. But like, also, this is IP. It's intellectual property. Like, let's say they don't have any cash on hand, and they don't have any intellectual property, and so they don't have like money. But like, then the equity is probably not worth much anyway, right? Like, whatever else is capitalized.
It's almost like the equity in it's a rough spot for the game company, because their product probably sucks, and probably the only thing that's valuable to them is the idea that Doc would play the game whenever it gets released, whatever it is.
Well, hold on. To be clear, I remember this is the company that he founded because he wanted to like have his own game made that was going to be the best battle royale, because he complained about all the other games all the time. So I don't think this is unless somebody can make me wrong, this isn't just like a random company that he signed on to. I think that
well, if he founded it, there's no fucking way. I don't believe it, but there's no point arguing additionally about it. Let's keep going down the list, because we just don't know.
True.
Until we get a statement from Midnight Studios indicating clearly that Dr. Disrespect no longer has an equity stake in their company, the only proper assumption is that they absolutely still do. Doc still does. Anyway, I'd love to. Okay, I'm feeling burnt out. Okay, here's a clip.
You know, when shit like this happens over the weekend. And
All right, this is 7 minutes long. We're not watching this. Basically, the summary of this is Doc's like, might be time. Hold on. Do your best Doc impression real quick.
I don't have a good Doc impression at all.
Do your best off the top of your.
when
Just,
shit like this
go ahead. That's your inspiration. Go.
Shit like this, guys. I just don't know what to say. That's all I got. I don't know.
happens over the weekend. And
Happens over the weekend, and you know what you say, gamers. It's just time to ride off into the sunset. Time.
Jesus
might
fucking
be time.
Christ.
Might be time to go.
What is this, Red Dead Redemption Jew Edition? Go to LSF and play their clips.
All right. Anyways, okay.
Who made this document?
Ex-Twitch employee uses Doc to sell tickets. We've seen this.
I don't think it's a real word, but okay.
Okay, ex-Twitch employee who claimed Dr. Disrespect was caught allegedly sexting minors.
Minors.
We never, first off, two things. We on this channel never claimed this word, sexting. Never said that. It said messaging, not sexting. A lot of connotation there.
Okay.
Sexting minors has been using this information to sell tickets to his live shows. He also updated his bio to say, definitely getting sued. What do you think about this? Thinking face. Via comment copped. Definitely getting sued. Kanye.
He's not, by the way.
No, he's not. It's stupid. Okay. I was on drama alert, by the way. Well, both of us were. You know.
Yeah. When?
No big deal. Recently, we went a little bit viral there.
When you say we were on drama alert, you just mean they covered our content.
Real quick, look how August did Bloomberg here. He capitalized the B in Bloomberg in Berg.
Embarrassing, Jesus.
Why do you think he would do that? And why is this on archive.is? Oh, I know why. Paywall. YouTuber Dr. Disrespect was allegedly kicked off Twitch for messaging a minor. And we're not talking about the coal miners here. We're talking about someone under the age of 18. That's right. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9,
Palestinian?
7, 4? No idea. Hasn't been released. We do know that Guy Beam, who is known as Dr. Disrespect, is one of the top video game celebrities on social media. I don't think that's true anymore.
He worked for the San Francisco 49ers? Wait a second.
I know a guy in the San Francisco 49ers.
How deep does this go?
Hold up. Do you know who I haven't seen or talked to in a while? A guy that plays for the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
Where are those flight logs, by the way, from Epstein?
I heard Seth Rich was holding on to them.
I
when he
heard
got
that there was
executed.
a 49ers player that was on that. That's fine. Anyways, let's keep going. Okay. Doc's statement. Hello, gamers. I got to do a better Dr. Disrespect. How does he talk? Authoritatively. Hello, gamers. I'd like to make a quick... I'm adding the gamers. That's not actually there.
Okay.
Hello, gamers. I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. Has he said the N-word before?
Yes. Say it. Like he would say it.
Doc said it?
Yeah, that's why you can say it right now.
Don't put the camera on me.
It's not.
It is. I see it on Daniel.
It's on me now.
Frienda. Okay. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I. Okay, I think that's correct grammar. Is it? It's I before E, except after C. Anyways. Ooh, there's not supposed to be a comma and.
Actually, I think it should be me.
Yeah, and me. Correct. It's not and I, it's and me.
I think it's supposed to be after the verb.
And there's not supposed to be a comma before and either, right? That's not, you're not supposed to have that.
That depends. That's a stylistic thing.
And we made the painful decision collectively. There's a lot of commas going on here.
Yeah.
To have me step down. Ooh, dude, he still has his equity. I guarantee you he still has his equity. God, bet me money, Steve. Bet me money, Steve.
Step down makes it sound like he still has ownership.
He does.
Because step down usually implies
step down, like I'm no longer the CEO. Now I'm just going to be the passive owner of the company. This motherfucker motherfucker. I guarantee you.
But I wonder what his role even was before, because I don't think he was even
It doesn't matter.
CEO, was he?
Yeah, he's stepping down as nothing to nothing, but he still has his equity. Where's the equity, Doc? You still got it, don't you? Our team is full of incredibly our team? Not anymore. Their team is how it should be, because you stepped down. Or is it still your team? Interesting. Their team, our team, is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families. Is that how you spell families?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And I'd, is the I should be capitalized here, right? I would. That's what that is, right?
Which contractions of I don't have it capitalized again? Do you remember?
No. But this is I would. And I would never want to jeopardize the culture we have. Oh my God, that's a long statement. Carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Well, you lied. You said you had no idea, right? Doc?
Ooh, do you think Twitch had any idea to lie about it?
Yeah, was that in the NDA? Hey, Doc, you got to lie and say you have no idea? This seems new. That's weird. Huh. I wonder if the past Doc was maybe saying something a little bit different than the new Doc. Interesting. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Don't laugh at me.
I didn't laugh.
You did. That's good. You didn't keep it. Okay. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. He loved the minors. Were there real intentions? I wasn't actually gonna. I was just gonna make sure that I was gonna go there. I was gonna be up. You're like, hey, you shouldn't actually be sexting with people. Okay, that's bad. That's like the Chris Hansen strat. When they get caught, they're like, oh no, I was just coming here to let them know that sexting on the internet, that's a no-no. You shouldn't do that. That's bad. Anyways,
I don't know.
This is
Maybe
the
there's something
worst
I'm not understanding.
statement.
Yeah, I don't know why he said anything at all. He should have just not said it. Especially, or he should have just continued what he was saying. Where he's like, oh, like, I can't really say anything, guys. Like, the accusations are fake. Fuck that. And then left. But when he's like, I'm going to tell you what really happened, okay? I wasn't arrested. Nothing illegal happened. Nobody was dead. I didn't actually fuck a minor. Yeah. There were no nude pictures traded with anybody. It's been probed. I got paid out my contract. And everybody's still alive. And so I didn't do anything wrong at all. It's like the most, why say anything? It just feels like, I don't know.
Realistically speaking, hand to God, if he had said nothing and ignored this Twitch employee, nothing would have happened. He would have been. I
mean, I'm sure people still, especially
people would have said it, but it would have been nothing.
Yeah, I don't think his situation improves at all with any of the statements he's making.
No, this is autistically bad what he has done here. This is like, you're so concerned that you have gone and you have fucked yourself. If you had said nothing, it would just be some fucking anonymous dipshit that's trying to sell shit. Oh, what would you do? Well, first off, he's guilty. So I mean, apparently, because he's saying that he's messaging minors. But what he should have done if he wanted to not fuck himself, I think would be like, not respond and be like, guys, I have no idea why I'm getting banned. I'm not responding to random fucking retards that are trying to sell tickets to their show off of this information. This is stupid.
He should have just said nothing. He just kept
nothing.
playing.
He just kept going, and nothing would have happened. He's absolutely destroyed himself because of the fact that he's done this. Anyways, were there real intentions behind these messages? God, that's a bad statement.
Like,
God, that is so
were
bad.
there real intentions behind these messages?
What were you saying? Oh man, that is so bad.
I also continue reading because the next line is even worse.
There were casual, mutual conversations, sometimes leaned too much into the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more.
The saying of it was mutual. That's like every single the 14-year-old chick, she was chatting me up too. Like we were both into it. It's not it's not rape. It's not anything horrible. Like she was into it. Like we were both chill. It was mutual. It was mutual the whole time.
I was just planning to f her.
I don't know. I don't know why the he would ever all the words that he's chosen. I almost wonder if his account got hacked. All the words that he's chosen are like the worst possible things you could ever possibly say.
There's no way his PR firm approved this, right? That's the question.
I mean, at this point, I see so much bad PR in this industry. I mean, even Twitch does retarded shit that it's possible.
Who is DrDisrespect's PR firm. I want to know to never hire this company ever. We already said this before. This is colossally bad. It must say, someone let us know who the PR firm is for these people, because this is hilarious. Anyways, these were casual, mutual conversations. Sometimes I already read that. Nothing illegal happened. To me, that's like, yeah, you're touching my feet.
Hold on. It's not that I'm kicking you, okay?
No,
it's
you're touching. You're rubbing my feet.
You're literally like half the way onto my side of the table.
I'm a bigger guy than you are.
Maybe it's because you're slouching so much, okay?
I'm a bigger guy, taller.
You're barely larger, wider maybe. You're absolutely, no. You're not as tall as you're making it yourself out to be.
Do you want to stand head to head right now?
It's no amount of standing.
Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. I got something for you. Here you go, sir. This is for you. No amount of talling will take that L away from you. Okay, take the L.
You better watch your next misspeak.
I do so many of them, they just go by unnoticed. Okay. The doc saying nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. He's like, this is the Chris Hansen strat. It's like, yes, I was talking about her butthole, and yes, I was going to show up, but I didn't. Nothing happened. Oh my God. I never even met the individual.
That makes it sound like what, there were plans to, or you'd sexted, or like, it's just such a horrible.
This is bad. No one thought it was this bad until you released this statement. Now I think it's 10 times worse, the fact that you said this. This is unbelievably... All right, anyways. It was resolved. Like, and also, is he retarded? He keeps saying, like, hey, guys, I got paid. This was resolved in a settlement. Like, are people supposed to be like, oh, wow, well, I guess Harvey Weinstein is like legit also. Like he paid out people. Like he was no wrongdoing, right? He was cleared by the courts. Like this means nothing. Anyways, now with all that said, what is it? Don't get it fucking mistaken. What was the meme thing that someone says? No, don't get fucking.
Hey Dan.
No, you
tried to make it like a saying.
No.
You were gonna make it real dramatic, and you were acting like, do you know how?
You don't get to
you
pass
did it. The
the
thing
L.
was,
No.
you didn't know.
There's no
you
L.
didn't know,
I'm not
so you
taking
said,
it.
you know how we don't know, and you clearly don't
Just
know. So
because
why
I don't know something doesn't mean I take the L. I'm thinking.
Okay, go ahead and think, Dan.
Don't get it twisted. Yeah, you try. You hold on to that L. That L stays with you.
Who said don't get it twisted?
Don't get it twisted.
Who said don't get it twisted? Who was the one that said don't get it twisted? Because it's one of the most famous sayings of all of streamer history.
I'm thinking. Give me a second for chat.
Let me help you in on this. This segment that you just did. Yeah, I was gonna say this segment was a train wreck. Here you go. Hold on to that for me. Hold on to that element.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me take this back. Now, with all that said, don't get it twisted. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social, like a pedophile, a pedophile.
We just call them e-bibs. I call them that now.
Ebibophile.
Yeah.
I'm no predator or pedophile. Doc, what are you doing? Why? Why do this? Okay. Are you kidding me? Question mark. Anyone that truly knows me, the two-timer.
Jesus. That reminds me of like, it was so awkward. And listen, like he seems like a cool guy. That was like when Martin Shkreli was like, do I really seem like the kind of guy that would do a crypto scam for investors? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to think. What were your felony indictments and your time spent in federal prison for? Exactly that. Wasn't it literally? You seem like exactly the type of guy that would engage in that behavior. Actually, if history teaches us anything.
Okay.
Speaking of, I think he actually did it again. I think he got caught around again. But anyway,
it's on the list of something to talk about. No, we'll have time. We'll have time.
We got all the time in the world.
Okay.
If you enjoyed this, and you want to see us piece together how the doc actually took the fall and what was really going on, you should be on the Patreon at patreon.com/anything else, and you get the full video instead of the giga-cucked version.
You're missing an hour and a half of content, loser.
At least.
YouTube loser.
And maybe even more. Who knows?
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not a fucking pedo. Are you kidding me?
What?
Anyone that knows me knows that where I stand on those pedo issues, pedos. That's a different level of disgusting that I f***ing hate even hearing about. Release the logs, Doc. Release them. Don't be labeling me as a pedo with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here. Miss me with all that bullshit, fam. But I think I've said what I need to say regarding the ban.
Wait a second.
I'm ready to be.
Hold
learned.
on.
I'm holding.
Hold on.
Yep.
I just had something is not right in my brain.
Yes. Think.
No. Something is not adding up at all here. You know what I just realized? Hold on. Let's just
Tell me.
think about some of the facts, okay?
Let's put them together.
Theoretically,
Hypothetically.
a 17-year-old girl
Best case scenario.
starts DMing the doc, and the conversations get sexual.
Hot.
How is it that no other person in her peer group leaked this? She's 17. She would have told every single fucking friend.
She got paid.
Even if we assume that she did get paid, would there be any amount of money you could pay a 17-year-old to not leak to their friends that they were basically sexting the doc, Dr. Disrespect?
I think, yeah, there is. Also, would people believe it even if she did? Is the question.
Would people believe she would literally have logs? She would literally be able to screenshot and show the account?
There's a big difference between hanging out in Rust and Outpost and hearing from someone individually that the doc was texting with minors, and there's a big difference between that versus receiving the chat logs.
No, hold it. No, there's not. If you're a 17-year-old,
difference.
you're just taking screenshots and you're sending their friend. You're probably in a group chat. You're saying like, oh my God, like I'm chatting with a dog,
Yeah,
blah, 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 blah. How would there be nobody else that's like a teenager that's also nobody in her friend group that's also talking about like her having a conversation?
What you bring up is an interesting point. I think she got paid, if I had to guess.
But wasn't it supposedly like 3 years between like Twitch banning him and her reporting?
I have no idea. Why is the L on my side? I believe the L...
Because you tried to bring up Don't Get It Twisted and you forgot Trainwrecks, who's a mutual friend of ours.
He has not appeared on the show, even though he's been invited.
I'm sorry. Did you want to fly him out? Did you want him to come down and be on the show?
He's a billionaire, and I said, would you like to come on? And he said, I can't because of some immigration issues. I did offer, but we do...
Well, this perplexes me. I think there's something completely different happening now behind the scenes that I wasn't aware of.
No, you're just retarded. She got paid.
Okay.
You want to make a bet? The bet.
I feel like you're doing the thing where you've become an adult and you forgot what it's like to be a kid.
I understand, but if you're a kid and your parents are like, hey, listen, dipshit, we just got $500,000. If you say anything, we're going to lose it all. Do not tell your friends. If you tell your friends, I will forget taking away your fucking iPad. I will send you to Idaho and you will live in a cornfield.
Yeah, that's never happening. Their friends already know. Before that conversation halfway done, they've already texted like 7 of their closest friends and promised, please don't tell anybody.
Yeah, but without proof, it means nothing. They may have said like, hey, I sexted or texted with Doc.
It was a boy. And he was set up. It was a guy that was texting him to see if he could make the conversation sexual. And then once he did it, he sent it to Twitch for a fucking payday. That's $100 on that.
I'll take it.
That's my
I'll
theory.
take it.
Okay? We're there.
That's a fucking... You think the Doc was sexting with a boy?
Not just a boy, an adult. I think he got set up. He did get Chris Hansen. I think he got set up.
He actually wasn't doing anything illegal. He was actually sexting
and
with Destiny.
It fits with everything else. It was probed. There was a settlement. They were paid out. That's why nobody wants to leak it on either side. Twitch doesn't want to leak it because, well, it wasn't even a wrongdoing. Dr. Disrespect doesn't want it because he was kind of sort of sexy with it. And the other guy doesn't want to leak it because then he's going to lose his payday. And it's just like, there's no point. And that was the setup from the very beginning.
Oh, my God. Cinema. The whole thing.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute.
Unironically, my mind is at 40% that that's what happened. I just can't imagine. Because, like, not to be weird, but, like, when girls message me that are young, 18 and older always, but I've seen, like, probably, like, half the chicks that DM me on Instagram, when I DM them back, they literally post it on their stories immediately. Like, oh, like, Destiny responded to me, oh, blah, blah, blah. There's no way that somebody's talking to Dr. Disrespect. I know she's in a group chat. I know that she's got friends. And I know that she would have told other people, especially, no offense, a fucking 17-year-old retard is instantly telling every person they know. Absolutely.
So the Doc, to be clear, the allegations here now are that the Doc was sexting with a 40-year-old. It was basically sexting with us. We were like,
It was me.
It was
It's
Steve.
the end of Iron Man.
Yeah.
I am the 17-year-old minor. Boom,
Yeah.
and then credits.
Yes, credits roll.
Cinema.
Cinema.
Actual that's what this is. I have
Yes.
the logs with me and Doc on this
That's why
thumb
it's-
drive.
That is.
God, that would've been-
He was like, oh yeah, Doc, let me see that big strong. I can't. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. I don't want to read the rest of this because it's sad and pathetic. Okay.
Wait, no. Well, let's just speed through it real quick.
All right. Hold on. He can. Bloomberg. Do you think?
No, go back to the tweet. I just want to see. Let's see the rest of the tweet real quick.
All right. At the bottom. To my team community.
Wait, scroll up real quick. What was the end of this? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Okay. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. Okay?
Yeah.
That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry... Oh, and like Dan said, well, that means that he did lie about it because he literally said, well, I don't know why I was banned. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said all this sooner. You guys have always showed me and my family love and support throughout all these years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the fucking best community and circle. If any of these made you... if any of this made you...
False. DGG would fucking shit on DrDisrespect's community.
True.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Not even close.
They wouldn't even. Hold on. To be clear, if DGG went to war with DrDisrespect's community, it would be like Israel going to war with 7 countries around it. It would be over in like 15 minutes.
Damn.
It's nothing. They don't know anything about what the DGG can do in the Taliban. Anyways, that said, continue reading.
This is why this is why nobody else leaked it too. Is because when they were trying to confirm the victim, nobody could see that the victim was real.
Yeah.
This fits.
Yeah.
50% is what my
50. We've gone up.
Okay, sorry. I have the fucking best community circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know you have always been greatly appreciated. Okay, scroll down more. No!
What?
65%. It makes even more. Hold on. It makes even more sense because when he went live and he did the 2-timer thing and he had to work on his relationship with his wife, would his wife really tolerate it if he was about to like sext and deal with another minor? Why would his wife not have like taken everything and left or whatever unless it wasn't even a real person?
I don't think she knew.
But how could he have possibly explained to his wife why he lost his Twitch contract and he's going to a new platform? Like, sure, he can get away not saying with anything to us publicly, but to her?
I feel like you could hide it and say that it was part of the bathroom scandal. You remember what we started the stream with?
You can casually lie to your wife about like a $15 million contract and say, yeah, I'm just going to... She wouldn't tell you like, bro, you need to go to court. You need to fight this with everything you possibly have. You don't think that there's any possible way? No! It's why he edited out the minor part. He edited out minor, Dan, because the person was 40 years old. And then somebody was like, oh no, you got to put that back in because people are going to know that you know too much.
What percentage are you up to right
70%.
now? 70%.
He was absolutely...
He was sexting with us. With a grown man. We're like, hey, Doc.
Holy shit.
I love the way that...
Is that door locked?
Yeah. That red vest looks fucking sexy on you. I love it. You know what? It'd look better if it was on the floor.
Dan, what is wrong with you?
All right.
Don't link our
this
logs
guy
yet.
right here. Look at him.
Yeah,
He's
we
like,
see him.
Hey, 17-year-olds over there. All right. Okay.
Wait, did we even finish the... Oh, sorry.
Whatever. Okay.
Well, no, whatever. Wait, listen, we might as well. We read that much. Let me just read the end of it, just so we
Then
can...
fucking finish it.
I might boost my assumptions even more. Okay, hold on. But trust me when I say all this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. Finally, comfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. But I'm not fucking going anywhere.
Except
I'm not
he
the
is.
same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear? Ellipses? Yeah, fucking right.
Guaranteed he disappears.
You think so?
There's no fucking way you come back from this. And I'll tell you what, like I said before, if you're an orbiter of Doc, and you got to play it fucking careful right now. You want to go and hang out with this guy and be his battle buddy in fucking Warzone? You better fucking pray to God that logs don't leak of Doc saying, hey, yeah, let me see that 16. I'm remembering the clipping thing now. You better pray that logs don't leak of him saying some fucking wild shit, or else you're going to be the dude there that's like the dude, you know? That's all I'm going to say. Be careful.
Yeah, but they don't have to worry about it because they already know the full context and they know that there was never a minor involved in the first place.
Until the logs leak.
The logs don't. The logs don't have the ID.
The logs will f*** him, even if it is a 45-year-old dude.
Oh, true. Maybe that might be the case, yeah.
He didn't know it was 45-year-old. He thought it was a not 45-year-old. Okay. Doc removed the minor. He edited his post twice, removing minor, and then adding it back in. Do you think this person? What?
It was intentional. He was signaling to us. He wanted us to figure
the 900
out.
IQ Mensa students.
He wanted us to know the doc is trying to communicate with us.
Not a minor. I wasn't talking with a
He
minor.
wants us to know.
I was talking with Chris Hansen. It wasn't even a f***ing child.
Because he knows that tweet edits show up. You know that statement was probably proofread a million times before it went out.
I don't know if he does know that. He seems like the type of guy that's just stupid enough to
It's the doc. He's not. It's the doc. How can you think he's stupid? Dr. Disrespect.
Well, he f***ing edited it in and removed it and added it back in, so he's pretty f***ing dumb.
Unless he meant to do that the entire time because he wanted people
to
talking
signal to
about.
Us? Okay. Doc's friends.
Why doesn't he say a girl? Why does he say individual, then individual minor, then back to individual? Like, what's
Hold on. I want to get into this.
These guys, yeah, go for it.
NickMerc and that's TimTheTatman.
Good job.
Do not even
Close.
question.
This is about to start selling across the table again.
You keep that L right where it belongs over there in Lville.
Shit, somebody said respond to Abba on YouTube chat. I don't have YouTube chat open. What did he say? Sorry. Go ahead.
Listen, Abba was invited on this show. If he wants to come on the show, he can get his ass. Where's he in? Canada?
Barely.
He makes enough money. I mean, do we really have to compensate him? Listen, Abba, I'll split it with you. And he does salsa, right? He likes... Oh, that's... Forget I say anything. Okay. No, that's... all right. Pressing play. Okay, this guy has a bear on his chest. Do you see this? Hey, look. Right here.
Yeah, it's called a tattoo. It's not a real bear.
Wow. This is absolutely insane, bro.
Nuts.
Everything I'm seeing.
Yep.
I have known Doc for a while now. We've played games for years.
Never seen him fuck a 14-year-old.
And seeing everything that is spiraling right now is a very difficult thing for me personally.
Why?
And I'm sure for a lot of y'all out there.
It's the Trump.
I like these things
Trump,
where it's
wow, you're telling me Doc wanted to fuck a 17-year-old? I'm hearing this for the first time.
It's not even that. It's so dramatic. Like, I don't know. Okay.
I mean, I don't know what I would do if it came out. Like, I'm trying to think. If it came out that you did some crazy shit. Let's say just this situation. Let's say that you were like trying to fuck a 14-year-old. What the fuck would I do?
Okay. Well, it would depend on what country.
No, it wouldn't. It would not.
Oh, so the law doesn't matter to you?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh, really?
I would just have to be like, well, I didn't know. That's fucked up. I'm done with that guy. I'll tell you that for sure. That's it. Sorry. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. I didn't know. I didn't know he wanted to fuck a 17-year-old. That's on him. If he told me, I would have said, that's bad, Doc. Don't do it. Bad. Anyway, let's hear what.
What if I? Never mind.
Let's hear what TimTheTatman.
Let's hear that.
Let's hear what TimTheTatman had to say.
Yeah, let's hear it. This will be great, I'm sure.
I think
for me personally, I'm swearing off.
I know a lot of you are asking, Tim, what are you feeling? Tim, what are you feeling?
What are you feeling, Tim?
My bottom line, I think, is
his bottom line. How is this guy so fucking famous? By the way, this dude.
They
is he
play
funny?
battle royale like FPS games.
This guy is like famous. I don't get it.
If what he is saying, where he said that he was messaging a minor and it would sometimes lead to teeter on inappropriate. If he knew that was a minor and those were the messages being sent.
Careful, Tim. Your orbit status is in danger. Please think about just caution. Gate these words. Be like, listen, I want to give the doc time to reflect and think.
You know, if they wait long enough, maybe the girl will be of age.
That's true. She's 19 now. I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn.
22.
Well, you don't know that.
Yeah.
Why are you assuming she was 17 when they were talking? She could be 12.
Yeah, she's 18 now.
Cannot support that.
You can't support? Wow. So brave.
That is brave.
That is the
I want to
bravest.
go on record, too. If Dan is fucking any minors, I do not support Dan in his, if that is happening. Not that I would assume it is, but if it does, I just want you to know I fully disavow having sex with minors unless you yourself are a minor, then it's okay. But otherwise, do not fuck minors. It's not good, and it's illegal. and both of those things are true.
I want to go on record saying that Steven has literally been on camera stating that he had sex.
It's sailing.
Give it to me.
There we go.
Good. He's had sex. Look at him in his bear.
Yeah, it's a tattoo. Yes.
I can't.
You can't do it.
I appreciate y'all.
I love you, Doc. But not anymore. I don't love you no more.
This is beat me up, but this is unfortunate to say the least. This is awful. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for the love you give, and I'll see y'all soon, man.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. All right, so Tim can't support it. What about NickMerc's? Notorious NickMerc.
Yo, checking in.
Why are they both shirtless, by the way?
Because it's their COD. This is like what FPS people do. They walk around shirtless and they say the N-word.
I don't play Rust shirtless.
These are FPS players, first-person shooters.
Rust is a first-person shooter.
Not first-person camping, okay? Not sitting on a roof all day, barking orders to your underlings, okay?
That's the macro, if you will. The micro is the FPS part. The macro is the, hey, you go over here, you go over there. We're gonna do this. Like just the other day, there was this base that we were messing with, and I was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I want you at this time to crash Scrap Heli into their SAM sites. You're gonna go and you're gonna take flame turrets and you're gonna get your flame rockets and you're gonna shoot rock. I already have the L. There's something you can do to me.
It's fine. That's okay.
You're
yeah.
gonna shoot
this
flame
is like crazy.
You're
This is such a multi-layered plan. Holy shit. Go ahead.
You're gonna shoot
tell me.
flame rockets at their other ones on their roof, and then you, last person, you're gonna go and you're gonna shoot the MLRS right at their base, right, and they're not gonna be able to replace it because there's gonna be debris from the SAM site. That's what a manager does. Okay, but let's hear what NickMerc. By the way, you know he shaves right here. Right here. Can they see the cursor? Right here and right here. He shaves this. He goes for this look. Normally there would be hair right here, right here.
Am I missing hair there?
No, but look, he does that. You see, look. If you notice, right here, no hair.
That doesn't look shaved. That looks bald.
That's shaved. That's shaved. You can see the stubble. He does it on purpose.
Okay.
Anyways, let's go, NickMerc. What you got to say?
I'm seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet, he basically confirms that he was texting an underage girl.
Not good.
Oh no, he definitely shaves. Yeah.
And look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right? There's no excuse for something like that. And
he's squinting a lot. Look at him.
I can't support it.
It's because he's outside.
Honey. Doing this, talking to Twitter.
Hold on. He's walking in circles too. Did you notice that?
Okay. Yeah. Did you You looked at the clouds or?
Yeah. Watch. Pay attention. Watch.
He was texting an underage girl.
Where's he going?
And it went weird sometimes, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right?
Watch the jet streams. See above you.
No excuse for something like that, and I can't support it. Hang on, honey.
Hang on, babe.
Talking to Twitter.
Talking about the doc fucking a 16-year-old.
The boys and I are torn up over it too, man, because we played a lot of games with the guy, and it feels a little weird, but what can you do, So I just
what can you do when there's a guy in your rest group that ends up... Hey, actually, interesting story. The guy that shot up the supermarket in New York? Do you remember that dude?
I have no idea. Oh, in Buffalo.
In Buffalo, yeah. Okay, he was in a rival clan in Rust. I shit you not. Jim Boy. That was his name in Rust. We found out because one of the people that we played with knew him, and it was funny because in the group, the Rust group that he was in, was run by a black guy. I shit you not. This is unknown, hand to God, true story that I'm telling to you right now. I would not lie.
Wow. Okay.
I would not.
I believe you.
And that guy that ran that group, not a nice guy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Do you think that guy is why he had the feelings that he had?
I asked him that question, and he called me the N-word.
Well, but that's okay though, because he's allowed to say that.
He is black, but he still called me it, and he said N-word, please.
Well, which N-word? That doesn't sound like the N-word.
No, the hard R.
You don't say hard R followed by please. That's not even like proper diction.
Oh, he did it.
Wait, how do you
who
know
am I
this?
to judge? I can't say anything. I just sit there and take it.
How do you know this guy is black?
Oh, I know he's black. You can know.
Like he had a bad graphics card. He had his settings low on his computer. You think his internet was laggy?
Yeah, all of those things. Okay,
no, what do you? How do you know on? Is it because his skin character is the?
No, like I've talked with him on Discord. Not the serial killer. Well, are you a serial killer if you do it all at once? You do kill them.
I don't know. I just want to know how you know this guy's black by listening to him.
The guy, the clan leader of the guy. Well, I just know he is. He's told me he's black, and he's.
Oh well, if he said, there it is.
Sorry.
There it is.
There is a sounding black, isn't there?
Well, here's a question. Do you think Forethought is black?
I don't think so, actually.
He might call in soon and fight with you over that one. So
he doesn't.
Go play the rest of this.
Sorry.
And defend it. And look, the boys and I are torn up over it too, man, because
he's mixed. Forethought, and he's heavily on the white side.
I don't know if it works that way. I think that because there's like the one drop rule. Like if you're part black, you're just black.
That's the Darius rule, is what you're saying right now.
Well, no, I think that was like the KKK rule as well. I don't think that like if they were gonna go lynch a black guy, I don't think they could be the black guy and be like, actually, I'm half black. I'm actually half white. Brothers, go get me my robes. I think we're all good.
That's a different rule. But if you're claiming black status, it's different. That's like Darius claiming black status. Anyways, let's continue.
Well, that's not a fair comparison because Darius is actually proven, like research-wise, to be part white.
So he's white.
Because on the arrest thing, it said race.
White.
And it had white.
That's the end of it. All right. What you got to say, NickMerc?
games with a guy and it feels a little weird, but what can you do? You know. So I just wanted to update you guys on my thoughts and how I'm feeling.
Play games with pets.
I hope you guys have a good day.
Can I say the important part here is okay? Do you know what this really means, right?
What?
Where's the Jew in you? Where's the business sense?
Of what? Trying to make money off this?
This is an opportunity for expansion. Doc can come into our fucking orbit. I want to play games with the Doc, and this is the best time to do it.
And you think that this show is what's going to make it happen? Hold on, let's just fuck your shit up a little bit more.
And this is the perfect opportunity because in a week, Nathan's going to be here for a month. We could all play games together. My kid's a minor, and the Doc can be seen not being weird, and it's like a reputation rebuilder. It'll be like an awesome experience playing games. I'll get a ton of fucking publicity out of it. This is the best idea ever. And when he's playing with us, he'll reveal to us what really happened.
He'd be like, listen, it was actually a 45-year-old. That's what he's going to say. All right, listen. Okay. What's the play if your doctor disrespects... Okay, it's a Reddit... Oh, it's a thread on... Okay, if your doctor disrespects crisis PR team, what do you have him do? Okay, first off, if your doctor disrespects PR team, what's the difference between suicide? What's a Japanese thing they say? There's
Nicaragua.
I don't think that's it.
Harikari.
That's not it either.
Seppuku.
That's it. Is that just killing yourself? Seppuku?
I feel like Harikari and Seppuku both refer to a similar thing, but I don't know what the difference is. But both refer to like ritual self-killing to preserve honor or some bullshit.
Did you watch the show?
Yes.
The Samurai Show?
Samurai Jack.
Not that
I did.
one. No. The new Samurai Show.
Oh, the Shogun.
Shogun, yeah.
I didn't.
You have no time to watch TV, huh?
Some of us are kind of working. Some of us are busy, you know?
It does. I mean, I think people don't realize it, is that you do have to work a lot. You don't get the opportunity to watch TV shows or do anything. That kind of fucking sucks a little bit.
I will say that it's a soul-crushing, soul-destroying job like no other job is, to quote my good socialist friend, Hassan Piker.
No, I mean, that does suck. I remember I did do some streaming back in the day, and I remember at the end of it thinking, like, this sucks because I want to be entertained. I don't want to do the entertaining. Like, this is fine right now, but this only lasts for like a few hours, and then I get to go like play Rust or do whatever else I want. But it would eat shit to like have to do this like every day, like all day, like wake up, work, and then don't stop working until I go to sleep, and then do it again 7 days a week, and not watch Shogun ever.
Was Shogun that good?
Not really. It was okay. It was good. Okay.
Wait, what the fuck? What was the point of bringing up the whole fucking tangent about Shogun? You asked about ritual suicide? Oh, you're gonna relate it back to this?
Yeah, because the PR team, that's what they should do. They should seppuku. All right.
That was your engagement with that thread? Your engagement was he should kill himself because I said you can't go back in time?
Not him, the PR team.
No, the question was, what is the advice for the doc? How is he supposed to get through this circumstance? What would you advise? Wasn't that go back to the thread?
Okay, what? We already talked about this.
You are DrDisrespect's crisis PR team. What do you have him do? You can't go back in time. Quitting forever is not an option. I imagine suicide is a form of quitting forever. If anything's quitting forever, it's suicide.
Okay, what
so
would
what
you
is your
have
game
him do?
plan?
Completely ignore it and act like it was more bullshit. We, on this show, 2 months ago, prior to this fucking pussy, we already leaked what happened. We did that. We leaked it first. Number one, gaming journalist in the world, right here. We did that. You know what Doc did? Didn't do shit. He's like, oh, anything else? Some fucking shit podcast that fucking 6 people watch. Who gives a shit? I'm not going to say anything. And you know what? Nothing happened. No one wrote about it. No one talked about it. No one did anything about it as a result of that. But now he comes out and said it. He should have just said fucking nothing. If he did it, the fact, because he responded to shit, he made it real. That's it. It's on him. He's just a fucking retard. But I don't think I want to give him advice of how he could have got out of it. I'm glad he got caught. If you're like trying to 14-year-olds or 15 or 16-year-olds, like, I don't know.
I think the difference is how much people actually know, and what he actually did would determine what his options were. If it truly was him being inappropriately flirtatious with a minor, and if it is the case that other people don't have like copies of those logs or whatever, I think he should have reached out to all of the major organizations involved, made everybody realize that it's probably in all of our best interests that this doesn't leak, and then make some kind of like joint statement with everybody. I think that would have been the way to go.
Maybe. Okay. So,
however, we know that wouldn't work because the 40-year-old that was sexting him would never go along with it. Boom.
Asked about Doc. No, not Mitch. What's the name?
No, that's kind of bad. Oh no, play that top clip.
Yeah. This is the one I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is an important one.
After completing the Hot Ones challenge and defeating the last challenge for the Last Dab experience, the Twitch chat wants to know, after all these years, why was Dr. Disrespect banned?
Wow, I've never had that one. Whoa. Well, now that I'm on Mrs. Channel, let me tell you what.
Before we go further, I want to be clear that this fake ass hat wearing motherfucker who won't unban Destiny. All right, I mean, it's just fucking done at this point. Just put in an appeal. This is a guy right here that knows that the doc was banned for texting with a minor. Okay, he knows. He knows. Look at his eyes and know that he knows. He knows. Okay, and watch him laugh and have a great time. Wow, hey, Dan Clancy, it sure is fun to harbor and let this guy who was texting with a minor continue to be out there and not let anyone know. What fun jokes and haha moments do you have to share with us on this stream right here? Go ahead.
Okay, so there was an alien invasion.
Oh.
Okay? Many people did not know about the alien invasion, okay? And the aliens actually possessed Dr. Disrespect.
Oh.
Okay. And it actually took over the globe using Twitch.
With the Shungite.
Yes, okay. And so the only way we could save civilization, okay, was to take the action we did. Okay. So it was to save civilization. Go.
This is really funny.
Wait, let's go back. Do you see the issues? Go back 5 seconds. I don't like this. Look at this. Look at this wide shot. Why do they have the plant in the background as the focal point? They also have a table that takes up too much room. Background. What even is this back here? Jesus. This is a mess.
Yeah.
This is an absolute mess. Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's really cool that Dan Clancy likes harboring pedophiles.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, that's cool that it's like, we got a lot of laughs out of you, huh, Dan? This is really funny, huh? A lot of ha-has going on here.
Actually took over the globe.
Oh, we took over the globe with the aliens. That's hilarious, bro. That's funny. At least he could have been and be like, hey, listen, I can't talk about that. You know, sorry. We're under an NDA and that just is what it is. But instead, it's funny. It's funny, haha. Meanwhile, you can't get unbanned because you dared to say that, trans people couldn't compete in sports.
Do you know what my favorite Twitch ban of all time was?
Which
Not to
one?
bitch too much.
What?
Do you remember when I got banned for doxing a Twitch employee for leaking personal information?
Oh, right. Yes.
It was because I was reading some of the emails.
You were reading a f***ing email that was already public.
But I didn't even...
Say the name.
What I said was, the guy... Was it Dan? I don't think it was. It was something else.
A great name, by the way.
It was somebody else's name. Somebody else, I don't remember. The guy's name was like John, and I was like, oh, here's a person. And in my mind, I'm trying to like not say, I'm trying to anonymize it, but I'm like, oh, well, here's so John at Twitch or whatever. And I guess that's who this log leak is about. But the email was actually John at twitch.tv. And so they banned me for 7 days for revealing personal information on stream. I didn't get on, not only did I have to serve those full 7 days, that didn't get wiped from my record or anything. That was on my record as a 7-day ban.
You know what's funny is that I'm still, first off, I'm a partner on Twitch, and I've never been banned, and Dan Clancy can suck my fucking dick, okay? Because he's a bad fucking dude. He won't unban you, but he'll sit here and make fucking jokes about the fact of harboring fucking Doc talking with fucking minors. That's really great. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say. This is not good, you know?
I think you've said everything.
I pretty much prevented you from ever getting unbanned from Twitch now, have I?
If Sneako is getting unbanned and I'm not, I think there's probably a good chance I'm never getting unbanned.
There's no way he'll ever unban you, personally.
I mean, it's possible that maybe...
Now because of what I've done right now, you're fucked permanently.
Maybe.
But I think
I was probably before that, but...
Yeah, I did ask you beforehand, like, hey, should I not do this? And you said, I want you to go harder than you normally would. So I did that.
Okay, what's next on the list?
I just really think the CEO is not a good dude.
He's trying to be the people's CEO. That's like...
Yeah, but the problem is he's trying to be the people's CEO, and he's not being the people's CEO. He's just being a fucking corporate shill.
Listen, he had a Destiny September moment. Is that the one before October? He had a Destiny September Israel moment where I'm like, you know, what's going to happen? I don't know. I guess one was going to genocide the other, you know? I didn't know October was going to happen.
It doesn't even matter for Twitch. I mean, here's the real thing that I'll tell. I mean, I don't know why Destiny doesn't say this more. For any Twitch streamers that are out there, if you start exclusively streaming on YouTube, you'll make more money. You think that you won't, and the reason that they get you is with the Twitch Primes, and you're like, oh man, I can't lose those Twitch Primes because people will subscribe for free and it's free money. I'm telling you right now that if you abandon Twitch and start streaming on YouTube, you will absolutely make not even more money, probably double your money.
I mean, I don't know about double, but one, because with Twitch, they don't have the non-compete anymore, so you can stream on multiple platforms. But also, two, it's more easy to believe that today because Twitch Primes, unless they've changed them significantly since I was banned, are really bad. Yeah. I remember when Melina had like 6,000 subs and she was making like $5,500 a month off of Primes because they were paying out literally less than $1 on average per Prime. It was wild.
Yeah, it's not good. So I would say for all the Twitch streamers out there to seriously consider using YouTube probably as your primary streaming platform. And the reasoning behind that is that you have to remember that when you stream to YouTube, YouTube knows that, and they start promoting your other content on YouTube as well. And like Steve here, you would think like, hey, listen, you know, Steve makes so much money on Kick and on donations and on subscriptions. You know, I don't know if I'm leaking stuff here. You're doing like 100,000.
I'm doing okay, yeah. I'm doing okay, yeah. Let's keep going. I'm the neighborhood. I'm poor like the...
Not even on live stream, on just YouTube content.
I am a man of the people, okay? Yesterday, I couldn't DoorDash Starbucks because I didn't have enough money in my account for it. So back here, let's go. I'm just like you guys.
The notice here is to leave Twitch. You're gonna leave your shackles of Twitch Primes behind and be free to YouTube. Okay. All right. F you, Dan Clancy. All right. What else do we got here?
Hey, speaking of which, did you know that there's like almost another hour of this podcast that you're not going to see on this YouTube video? If you want to get the full thing, you have to be a Patreon subscriber, which you can do at patreon.com/anything else. You also have very cool things that you get in there, like being able to be on the live show viewer call-ins, suggesting the topics, and like behind the scenes footage. There's some really good stuff there. So yeah, check it out.
Some more Patreon exclusive footage, and here is my neighbor's cat ready to get into a fight to the death with Lycan's dog. He's a big pussy though. He's just smelling.